Oh, this is a Jewish salutation. I'm not Jewish. I'm a Christian. Okay, so welcome back, people. It's Agent BLASE FLAMMA again. Let me see if everything's running right. Perfect. Good. But Twitch. People, follow me truly, man. We've been growing and growing, but you know, we must grow again more and more and more. So, gold is bullish. That's a good thing. Fire in, that's the thing. Okay, no news. So today is gonna be a slow day, but that doesn't matter for me since I'm going high time frame now. I'm waiting for price to get this level. I just know that. But from this, so this is the thing. I'm gonna do this URT. I'm gonna do my strategy, and that's it. And order flow to confirm just the entry, but I'm gonna let it play a long time. Look at this. But it is bullish and bullish and bullish. I just wait for price at least to get here. So, and now it's in the mid. And that's everything. Let me see this thing. Perfect. Surprise premium actually. Yeah. Perfect. Like that. Okay, it's pushing lower. So I'm just gonna wait. You know, I could easily go for a long here. I'll wait for price maybe to get this thing and then just go for it. Look at this price. I have my stop loss around this level would be at least $7 would be great. This could be one, but I'm not gonna do this. I just want my confluences to be hit. This is for better gap and still bullish price, but careful to enter in, you know, halfway. I mean, this would be perfect because it's halfway of this bearish trend. But the liquidity here is obviously liquidity here. Let me see what price is this. Oh, 70. That's an interesting price. It will be actually very interesting to sell above this level. But of course, price could just go higher, but there's no more liquidity then. I mean, it's all this liquidity, but I don't think price will get. Do you think price will get to 472? I don't think so. So yesterday I took a couple trades and that's it. And I ended up being a break even actually. So I'll later post a video about commenting everything and that's it. But yesterday was a trade I shouldn't trade. I did right at New York, but later at Asia session there was setups and I just traded. I lost a few, and actually I could have won 20 easily, but of course because of my trail too early, and that's it. That's why I need to let play my runs. You know, at the end is either win or either lose. But hey, it is what it is. The truth is, the 1 minute time frame is actually a trap. It's kind of trap. I mean, it's whoa, whoa. Dude. I have to work and lay some clients later, so. They're no use actually, so. Man, it's getting hot in Europe, dude. $26. It'll be 14, right? Be $7, $10, $8. Yeah. I think it's gonna push. You know, it's just gonna push, and that's it. A good entry would have been here. Last half an hour is always. But look at this. When this accumulation, when this happens and this happens, if it happens again, you just look for a long at this price at 40. But typically around these prices. I mean, it's kind of obvious once you actually get it. That's why you need a higher time frame. That's why I need my setup are mostly high time frames in terms of setups, but the entries are always lower time frame to get the perfect entry. But the truth is, the problem with low time frames is that you're more stuck with it with low time frame. You kind of miss the whole picture, you know. Just kind of looking at it's like you're zooming, and you kind of imagine a picture, right? Then you miss every single thing. So you focus only on one thing. For example, in a 1 minute, I could be only seeing this, right? On a 1 minute. But the higher I get, in time frame, of course, talking, you will see things more clearly. For example, this. In 1 minute time frame, of course, you can see this. But the truth is, it's easier to spot on a higher time frame. And the higher it is, the better. Actually, my structure is always high time frame. Everything is actually high time frame, at least minimum 15 minutes. Of course, at times I have a 4 gap, 5 minutes and everything. But the truth is, even though it's 5 minutes, for me it will be low. 15 minutes is good. People do 30. My associates actually, they do swing. They actually do from 4 to 1 day. For me, again, that is truly swing trade. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it works because at the end you just wait. Put your entries, have your setup, which is easy to identify. Go for your entry in a high time frame, and that's in the lead play. And you can win a lot of money from that. Of course, you'll be 1 day waiting, maybe 2, but it's a good thing, you know. Okay, so it's actually pushing. That's a good thing. Perfect. I just wanted to keep pushing it at least past this. But let me see. Guess I should long here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. $55. Where's 55? Okay, about. But this one's kind of careful. I just know price will get to this at least past it, or maybe you could go look close to it, but it's gonna get to this one. Okay, so I'm pushing over now. might get stopped out here. Okay, so I'll just leave it like that. That's it. Sure, sell. I mean buy. Now I'll wait for a buy. Since it's actually bullish, been bullish whole day, so it's gonna continue to be bullish. At least gonna get to 570, 3670 at 4370, and then if it was to get here, I will go for a short. But now it's gonna tracing a little bit. So you see, it's kind of doing this retracement. So I'll wait for this a little bit. If we could go back maybe to 50, and then at 50 I'll have a perfect entry here, you know. For example, I'll have it at 50. I will put it on market. No, go for one. Oh, that's activated. How can I? No. We'll be at 50, and then I'll have it around this level. And then to lose, for example, for this is actually good risk. So I'll be looking for a buy along today at this level. This will be my confluence, and this will be on the 15 minutes. I know I'm used for a lower time frame, but I get the truth is all my structure has been always bullish, and once you start learning how to wait, it'll be no problem for me. So it'll be like, say, like this, and that's it. But I still will wait, you know. Let me check low time frame. You see, market open is just start like this, and then boom. So my level will be like this, around this level. Will be perfect with this. I mean, at this run, it's kind of obvious it's gonna make a retracement. Maybe at this level, this 48. You know, it's actually a one pullback. I go to a high time frame. It's perfect. So I'll be looking for a long today. I'm looking for an acceptance. It's been acceptance for all day since here. Kind of looking back then and again, but still continue to push. So again, a push here. For example, 35, perfect. Actually, you have a 5 minutes for that gap here. 15 minutes. Price accumulated. I'm thinking that price might actually continue on its own now. Kind of pushing lower now, so I'm gonna wait for the retracement since I'm just pushing lower, dude. I'll wait for this pullback. Okay. Nothing happening yet. Yeah, but buy limit, yeah, man. I have it at this price. But you know what? I'm gonna close it. I'm not. Perfect. Do it 10%, 100. Please say 100. I'm just gonna wait, man. At this point, I'm just gonna wait. Oh, going back, pushing lower. So, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wait for a buy, but again, let me look at the high time from what's actually happening. Okay, so I'll mark this one out. This one's important. 55. What happened here? Price kind of rejected. 35. That's a good thing. Now I was looking for a long. I'm still looking for it, but after seeing this, I'm gonna wait for price to actually kind of drop a little bit more, if that's actually going to, and maybe from here look at this prices since accumulation here from previous times, previous liquidity, and then looking for a long at this prices, maybe at 40, or wait for price to actually pull back a little bit and then from here go for a short. But I mean, I've been bullish all day, so it's kind of complicated actually to go for a short, you know. Although, again, I adapt to the market. Depending on the setup, there's actually always two setup. For a short, there's always a setup, and for a long, it's always a setup. But it depends on the market, where it's actually wanting to go there or not. But hey. So I'm just gonna wait. Go for 15 minutes here. That's it. It's kind of pushing lower. This kind of big candle is actually good. So I don't know what to do now. I'm just gonna wait for price to kind of go back. You know, this could be the rejectance, but as well, all this movement could be a fake out rejectance. Price trying to push lower, but again, I mean, price is high, but we've been high at this price, so I'm gonna keep looking for something, you know. So now I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna wait. This could just reverse. Now we're trying to look at prices. For example, this level, which would be 50, then 55. This will be the ranges. Let me go again and put this one here. I'll put a alarm. Set up an alarm. Get as many personal alerts as you will need. What do you mean, man? I don't have more than one already. What an alarms, dude? Okay, so apparently it's not letting me have an alarm since, but the truth is, I don't have any more. Monday, what's this? 50, but the truth is there's no alarm, so I don't know why it's not letting me have one. Well, I don't know. The truth is I don't know. No entries? No, I'm waiting. I'm going longs. I'm going on a long time. No entries. No entries. Hey. Oh, okay, so it's a good retracement. I'm just waiting for that retracement. Now it's bearish. It's entering the bearish. I'm gonna wait for New York. But this here again, this could be perfect. You know, it's having an entry here. Having a bias, I told you in the 5 minutes when I saw this this movement here, I said, hey, this could be a perfect buy in here. Price gonna react to it. It's 42.50 as well, close to it. Yeah, here 50. So, but if price is able to get up a little bit here at this price around 50 and then going for that short, I would do it. I would. I mean, getting entry here is not bad, but it's not the most optimal thing. So I'm gonna wait and that's it for price to actually. I'll have my limit. I know I was going for a short, for a long. For a long, but looking at this, it's not a bad to actually go for here, you know. I just let it play. Oh. 391, 360, for 320. But I mean, as well, price could just go, that's it. But look at the 15 minutes. I mean, look at this movement. This is kind of. I'll be looking for more. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, retracement, this is good, but again, I need a little bit more movement. Let me look at this. Just gonna push lower. Respected what? So 45 as well. That was a good entry as well. That was optimal. But I have my levels here, you know, because I expect the price to go in that. But I don't know. This one was good. It was 65. Price reacted very well to it. Respected it perfectly, and that's it. And went off. For me, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna rush anything, you know. If I don't get a perfect entry, then I'm gonna wait, and that's it. Since there are levels here around this level, I could wait at what price would do here around these levels would be 40 and then going for a long again. But this movement from here would have been great, you know. Wouldn't have been that bad. And there's more liquidity down there accumulating at this level. So I'm just gonna wait. I mean, it's not time. How much would this be? 31. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't expect now a short movement. But I mean, price breaks CRTH and it could go to CRTL. Well, it's actually pricing very much well, but I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Go to 50, 45 was it? 55. Let's see what happens. So I kind of missed this. I could have go for that. Now it's gonna accumulate as always, and then right from them, that's it. So I don't know what to do now. I just kind of wait. Should go for this, man. 45 was perfect. The next one would be 40. That's it now. And then there's 38 goes into 35. I cannot keep dropping, man. This was perfect. 55. That's it. Well, 54 in this case. But look at that. I mean, now since I'm in the middle of it, it'll be complicated for me to actually go for a long, since in this position my stop loss will have to be, for example, this stop loss gonna be like this. It has to be at least here, and that will be meaning a lot, and you have to go for this. I'm not, but good. So CRTH actually, and I even thought price was gonna go higher and take out this liquidity, but maybe for a day now, after being all day bullish, all day red for me, of course, in terms of candlesticks, now it's kind of being black and just dropping. I mean, at some point you had to go for a retracement, but again, accumulated manipulation. Now it's gonna do this. Accumulate it again, manipulate it a bit, and accumulate it, manipulate it, and now finally distributing. After this, premium levels, which is 50 as well. But this one respected March 55. Oops. I don't think it's gonna go back. I think I should have entered, but again, if it doesn't go for my setup, then I don't enter. Maybe I should have entered here, but it was too early for me. I mean, but now for me it's too late already. The next entry could be at 42.50. Could be like that. But oh, just gonna keep dropping, man. And let me see what actually happens. Again, let me see this. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. At this point, I'm just gonna wait, and that's it. I have to early today since I have to do something else later in 1 hour, so I have to go early. I have to leave before 4 if I could. So if I can have an entry here and then let it play until I actually type TP or something, then that will be perfect. But it's just gonna dropping, man. From here, from 52, 53, 55 right now. Wow, dude. Entry here, entry here. Watching all this play. So I'll just let this one play. Wow, man, it's kind of dropping. It's crazy, dude. So I had a perfect analysis there. What's kind of dropping now? What should happen is you could get here price around this level. I know it's gonna be complicated since this is 13. I'll be to 10, but maybe you could get to. You'll get here. If I only had a setup. So it'll be perfect, man. It'll be perfect. So I just now wait for to see what happens here, and if he gets here, let me see. Now this is the point I was talking about. Gotta be careful with this one. I want price to see past this thing to confirm. I mean, it's kind of bearish now. That's something I'm not gonna deny. But again, I want to see it past it, you know, because I'll later then, if I could have a better entry, I will wait for price to go to 40 now, and then from there, with even 40, I don't think it's gonna go back. I'm just gonna let it play, and that's it. Maybe 35 now. It's kind of the thing. It's 36. I don't want it. I want profit. I want 40. You know. Enjoy way too much. Okay, it's actually pushing. So let me see, actually can push a bit further. Okay. They respected here, and there's 32, and there's 30, 330. Okay, that was a perfect thing. Let me see, actually can have a perfect entry at 40, 40, literally. Have my entry here. I want to see price respecting this and going down, but the problem is with this kind of push, it'll go a little bit higher, you know. So I'm gonna wait. This 45 as well. This could be perfect as well here. I had chances actually. I had chances at 50. I mean, when I was here, I was waiting for it to kind of drop a little bit, but continue to push higher. But now kind of reversed. So the thing is, I'll be looking at price and seeing at entries will be 45, which is not gonna go. It's not gonna happen. Gonna keep dropping. Gonna be 40 as well, which is my entry now. 40 could be the next one, but now it's kind of dropping a little bit. Well, no, it's not. Just hanging in there. I'm gonna see what happens and still wait. That's it. What's my entry? Yeah, bullish. Okay. Now, that was perfect here. Let me see 15 minutes. It's kind of pushing. In the 4 minutes, more cleaner. Oh. See here, CRT, liquidate and then going back, going down. So come on, dude, where's that? Yeah, pushing lower. Oh, come on, dude, what's that? Dude, just let me kind of silence it a little bit. Apologies for it. Okay, pushing lower and okay. Okay, so yeah, should have waited, but come on, dude. Could it even go a little bit on top on 40? You know what, I'm gonna sell. And just from here, I'm just gonna wait for price to actually go 18. I'm willing to risk $5 in this one. $5 is a lot, quite a lot. You know what, 7 to win. What? I know it's not the perfect entry. I should have waited, but I think I kind of missed out on that one. Maybe I should have entered now when I saw the black one, the candle, of course. But for me, it's gonna be perfect on this. I could put it to 10. 10 would be great. So this is it. This is my entry. I'm gonna wait. It's gonna retrace me a little bit and going back and forth. But you gotta be more, you know, on this one. 15 minutes. Let me see it play. Kind of pushing now, but again, very chill. It is what it is. Yeah, I should have waited for a pullback. And that's it. But had a confirmation then. You know, so kind of. Maybe I should have even waited a little bit at this level. 36 something, 0.50 maybe. But for me, my entry, of course, I could have waited because I entered maybe too low. But that's a risk I took, and that's it. I just wanted to be bearish. But as well, careful with this level, you know, kind of at 30. That's why the perfect entry would have been here, because at the end, what if you reverse at this level? You know, it's kind of complicated. That would be complicated. Okay, so price now looking very, kind of accumulating now. You see, we're perfect at this entry. Even more perfect this 45. But again, if you can take it, well, that's your problem. And that's my problem. And that's something I have to deal with, and that's it. Take responsibility. That's why I said entries are, you need to have a good entry, spot on. Because the spread is going to eat not half, but it's going to eat a lot of times off your trade. Again, high time frame, that's not a good thing, but I'm just gonna wait for it to be bearish. The thing is, why can I put an alarm? It's kind of complicated to do it, you know. Did I put one? No. Okay. Okay, now. Where's this thing? Yeah, most of you will do set and forget. I mean, I understand that, but again, I like to watch it as well. Of course, just let it play. At the end, the worst case scenario is to lose, but again, I'm willing to risk $6. Of those will be too much in this trade. I'm at 52. No. Oh yeah, I was at 54. I'm losing 150 or something. But what it is, I'm just gonna wait for it to happen. It's gonna be New York session. Oh yeah, should have waited for a New York session open. B3 now. Well, it's what it is, people. You lose, you win. If I lose, I lose. Kind of big. I'll be at 48 now with this loss. Yeah. Again, I should have waited. Maybe I should have shorted at this level. Maybe I should have shorted here. Waiting for price to kind of get there, but it is what it is. So yeah. Oh. But truly no feelings at the end. I just do it cold and that's it. Where you win, where you lose. You do it, no feelings, and that's it. The entry was not perfect. All I should have done is just win, that's it. So let me see what happens. This one actually would be perfect as well. Look at that, 40. That would be a perfect entry too. But hey, it's always a perfect entry. But of course, you always say perfect entry. You could enter maybe at this price, or this price. But again, if you miss those, the next one you think, okay, this one's the more probable thing to happen. You don't think, okay, I'm gonna wait for the next one. I mean, yeah, you could wait, but of course you want to get into it. And after missing all these ones, so I can understand that. But again, that's why you need patience. At the end, it's about waiting and truly waiting. 9% just waiting for it to be hit your entry, waiting it to actually hit your stop loss, or waiting it to hit your TP. That's it. It's kind of waiting and that's it. So at the end, psychologically, it of course has more than psychological things. I mean, you still need to know things. That's true. But again, dude, if you're gonna have perfect entry, better, because beating drawdown after your trade, psychologically talking, you've been there and you're just waiting to take you off your misery. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of complicated. But hey. Let me see what's gonna happen. That's it, 3. At 50, I'm living here, so I'm just gonna wait. But it's complicated to see this. Now let me see this. Okay, I told you I have to careful these levels because price was kind of respecting this. What I could wait maybe to happen is price would just take me out. That's gonna be probable thing to happen since my entry was not good. Maybe if I enter at least at these prices would be perfect. But as well, maybe not, and maybe could continue to go lower, which is as well a probable thing to happen. But since this movement is kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, with this one, I will buy it since, well, is what? I mean, it kind of structure a little bit and then kind of push down a little bit, then push higher. But these two candles kind of straight bearish. So, okay. And price now starting to move around these levels. We've been perfect at least to be entering at 40. I will be having my stop loss around these levels. So it would be great. Maybe at 45 something. Not 45 too much. Around those levels. So what I want now is price can accumulate a little bit. It's gonna be the thing around this will be one profile. What I want to see though is price just to continue to go lower. Of course, this is my entry. That's the problem. My entry was not perfect. Maybe at least entering at this level 38, but no, 40 was a good level since it's 40 0 or here. But I mean, of course, you have to see this movement. That's why I said in 1 minute it's kind of complicated to take, and now it's kind of starting to pull. That's it. So I'm just gonna wait and see, but it's complicated to always start on drawdown. But later you'll have 3 videos. Of course, the review from yesterday I couldn't make it since I was out, and of course I had to rest, and then today it's gonna be this one, the trade, and then the review on TikTok and all the platforms I have. Remember to follow me, man. Although you're not seeing the stream, you could follow me still. Look at the absorption, more signals, confirmation. But yeah, it's looking around these levels, and now it's kind of accumulating as always. That's why New York. Well, New York actually is 3:30, but my time zone's trading. Maybe I should move it to 230. 230 is actually good because in 230 it starts to move price. Look at this movement, beautiful movement. Look at this movement, beautiful movement. This is in a lap of 1 hour. 230 against 330. 330. You can make a buy here and then a short hint this level 55. Not being that bad, but it is what it is. The problem is, for example, me, I am someone who's based on strategy on confirmation. Okay, so I'm pushing now. But for example, if price was here, it will be complicated to enter unless you have a limit, and you'll be top ticking or bottom tipping. And of course, there will be confirmation on previous liquidity, since it is not a highest, it's not a peak, it's just a high. It's not all-time high, it's not ATH. But for me, what I like always to see is kind of confirmation of, for example, another entry or getting close. For example, this one. This one will be another confirmation that price wants to go up. It's getting trapped and absorbed by sellers and pushes down. But I always say that I want to have more confirmation, and these are the things I want to see, of course, which I'm gonna get always, like this and this. But the thing is, I always expect for price to even be closer to it. The problem is, the more I expect that, the less it happens. Why? Because at the end, you're in a continuation state. You're gonna see, for example, these kind of movements, and even accumulations, But again, if you expect always price to be our starting point like here, it's gonna be complicated for it to happen. Not impossible, but okay. So price moving around is gonna be like that. Yeah, should have perfect entry, but it is what it is. So now let me see. The time is ticking like a rabbit. Hey, that's it. I paid the price. That's it. Okay, now for example, this, you see price, look at this and this, but again, of course, it's gonna be bullish. But of course, when you see that psychology thinking, you're like, oh, but it's kind of bullish. How can I go for a rejection? I know it's kind of complicated. When you're top ticking, you need confluences, you need things. But again, it is what it is. Look at this 40 playing around that level. Now going back. But again, this will be in a perfect entry. Wait for this to happen, maybe a high to happen, then you put your entry there and wait a little bit to maybe happen again, and then now go for that entry. Now that's not bad, but it's kind of complicated. Okay, now I have my entry here 310, but again, CRTH, if you go to the 4 hours, how I mark my levels. And this is the top of the previous candle and the lowest of this. Well, of course, this will be the discount I just added there that possibly could happen. But look at this entry, man. It'll be perfect, at least if I had my entry around this level, not here. Look at this. And continue. The problem as well, although I get a good entry, I just want price to move continuously, because when I get an entry, always price ends up moving, and kind of accumulates a lot. So that's not a good thing. Okay, so let me see what's happening. Price is actually moving. What is this? It's gonna be accumulated. How much will it take? How long would this actually be? Okay, it's pushing, so this could finally be it. Yeah, it is. Now I'm just gonna wait for actually the price to see where it actually goes. But it's around this level, you know. Kind of this level. But for example, now if I didn't entry, I would see this and I would say, okay, why to enter here? 41, there's nothing, right? I will wait for 45, but it's kind of complicated as well. But again, it is what it is. So that's why, because when you get a bad entry, you already have to adjust your stop loss since, for example, being fixed. If it was $2, I would have lost easily, quick, because my entry was bad, and to have your stop loss around here, of course, you're gonna get stepped up. You have to put at least above a high, a previous high, or a previous accumulation, since it's complicated to have it here. So I'll give you around these levels. Maybe if you have your entry, you have your levels around these levels, or if you have it here, your levels have around up. I mean, this is 54 by 55. You have it 57. Although it's complicated when you're seeing this. Yeah, be complicated with top ticking, since the price could be, you know, you'll wait for price to start to accumulate a little bit, and then from that, boom, go for a normal market entry or limit. Depends on you. I always like to go from limits, since at the end limits are a good way to have low spread and perfect entry. Although at times, of course, with the spread and the slippage, your entry could be a little bit more. Our spread is always going to be, there's always going to be a spread. That's something you're going to take out. It's always going to be there, since season trade be a commission, which is as well a thing our trades do with a brokerage exchange. But spread is something's going to be this a way for a prop firms, well, not prop firms, well, yeah, prop firms or brokers to win. They need that. So I've been kind of accumulating now. I just hope it's going to be lower. Most of the times it's just kind of getting lower and lower and lower, and then finally starts to move down. But again, as well, even though it moves down, how much will it do? But now look at that, it's just pushing it around the level. The thing is, psychological thing is, okay, so it was actually that. I was going to see if actually I could get it for another sell around these levels, or it was finally go for a long. But again, look at this entry, dude. It was kind of the worst. But look at this around these levels. That's a good thing. And each one being lower than the other, that's something I want to see. Keep it that way. But if you could easily be boom like that, we appreciate it. Okay, that's not. But again, level out at this level 40, respecting it too, respecting it. I see it 5 minutes. Look at this accumulation. If at least had an entry here, of course price would be going up and down, but I still want to see that. Oh, so let me see what happens. gonna be like this. I saw it went down to 0, so almost close to my entry. Look at this one. I mean, this is 35 as well. It was not bad. But it's that type of moves I want to see in downs, you know. So just gonna keep it that way. But again, this will be a perfect entry. You can see. I want this to see, you know, or even this. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna move my stop loss. At least for me to be moving my stop loss, I need to be at 3. Although I said that if your stop loss is 6, then it should be a double for it to be actually go to break even, to 12 to actually go to, for example, 6. You know, for example, at 1.6, I will have to be at 6.49 as well in profit to actually move it there. I mean, no, 12 to move it at 6. I mean, if I go for 6, then I will move to 3. You know, when it gets larger, you as well need to be conscious about it and say, okay, hey, well, the more I wait, maybe there will be a return, and it's better to. Why is my mic getting hot, dude? That's something I don't understand. It should be cold, everything, but I mean, it's kind of hot in Europe, so I can't understand it. But hey, so how everything's looking? Good, perfect. Okay, so going back, I mean, it's gonna be there like this. I don't know how much long, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe like that. Finally. Yep. Nope. Not yet. Maybe later. Maybe now. The thing is, you don't need to fail. The more you fail, it's gonna be worse for you. You're gonna be cold-blooded, you know. But as well with being conscious about risk as well. You could be saying, I don't feel anything, and then be spamming and everything. That's not being cold in terms of, you know, it'll be emotional. Okay, it's gonna be like that. 5. Now it's going super extreme. I'm just gonna wait and still on these levels, dude. Well, that's a way to play with people. Psychologically, it will be playing with you or with your mind. It's not. Even if it gets me out, truly, man, cold-blooded, nothing to feel. It's a loss. I took it, and that's it. Oh, I have to go. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer, a little bit, just for 5 more minutes to see actually what price can actually go. I would like at least for price to go beyond lower from my entry, but of course it's complicated, man. The entry, even if I enter here, still for me would have been the most optimal. This one is kind of bad. For me, it's a bad entry. I just should have waited, but of course, I mean, waiting almost 1 hour as well. Like yesterday to enter, I just said not enter and wait for 8 session to see what's happening. It's gonna happen. But come on, dude. Sweet. Okay, so that will be it. I just wanted to see it go lower beyond my entry like that, but look at that, dude. Just kind of it's not stopping, man. Accumulating a lot, and this movement is not good. But again, getting used to entries that take time, and that's a good thing if it actually went for my TP. But it's kind of far still. Yeah, give it time, you know. Okay, pushing up again to 4, almost close to it. Now to 5, and then oh, dude, it's fuming, man. It's flaming. So still, even if I lose and win, pray to God. For me, at the end, this is part of life. At least if I had my entry here, would be perfect. After all this kind of barcode thing. But again, respecting... Oh, 35, yeah. Didn't count on that as well. I mean, there's 35 here. And then what is this? And there's 40 here. So, I don't understand, actually. I don't kind of understand the thing. I mean, there's 34 and there's 35 around here. So, first is kind of accumulating a bit. Like here. So it's kind of this thing, this low, and then kind of this high with boom profile like this. Dude. I don't know. Okay, so I was gonna leave it that way. I truly need to get to a fork, but again, on a day where I actually trade, and I think it's not the first time I actually leave the trade open without before and still closing the stream. I'm just gonna see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna stay attentive. Oh, finally going back to my profit. Oh, finally. Oh, finally. And if at least I enter this price, I'll be already in profits. But it's not. Look at this again. 35 is respecting it too much, and then later there's gonna be a 30 around this level. So it's kind of, dude, what are you talking about? So I'll just put this thing to have it around here to know where my entry was, kind of thing. Yeah, like this, my entry around this level. So I'm just gonna say my goodbyes, my farewells, and I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday. I hope that Wednesday is gonna be a day I could have a good entry, and that's it. Okay, people, see you tomorrow. Remember, people, if you're into flame, just blaze, fire out, people. God bless. What matters is still that Jesus Christ is King and His Lord.